Chapter 1: The Storm. Liam was a young fisherman. He lived in a small coastal village with his mother and his little sister, May. Every morning, he went to the sea with his small wooden boat. The waves were often calm, and the air smelled of salt and sunshine. Liam loved the sea. It was his home. One night, a big storm came. The wind screamed. The sky turned black. The sea became wild. Liam was out in his boat, far from shore. The rain fell like heavy stones. The boat shook. He tried to turn back, but the waves pushed him away. "Hold on, Liam," he said to himself. "You can do this." The waves grew higher and higher. His boat was small and weak. A huge wave hit the side of the boat and threw Liam into the dark water. He tried to swim, but the water was too strong. He felt his body getting tired. Everything went black. When he woke up, he was on a beach. The sun was bright. The sand was warm. His clothes were wet, but he was alive. He looked around. The beach was quiet. There were trees, rocks, and birds, but no people. "Where am I?" he whispered. He tried to remember. The last thing he saw was the angry sea. Now he was on an island, alone. He stood up and walked slowly. His legs hurt. He saw some coconuts on the sand. He picked one up and hit it against a rock until it broke. The coconut water was sweet and fresh. It gave him strength. He looked at the forest. Maybe there was food or water inside. Maybe there were people. He took a deep breath and started walking into the trees. The air was hot and full of sounds. Birds singing, leaves moving, insects buzzing. The forest was beautiful but strange. He found a small stream of water and drank from it. It was clean and cool. Then he saw some fruits hanging from a tree. He didn't know what they were, but they smelled good. He ate a few carefully. They were sweet. For the first time since the storm, he smiled. Days passed. Liam built a small shelter from wood and leaves. He used a stick to make fire. At night, he watched the stars and thought about his family. Were they looking for him? Did they think he was dead? "I will go home," he said every night before sleeping. "I promise." One morning, he saw something shining in the distance near the beach. He ran to check. It was a piece of his boat. There was also a small metal box tied to it. Inside the box was his fishing knife, a small compass, and his lucky shell, the one May gave him before he left. He held the shell close to his heart. "You are with me, May," he whispered. "I will find my way home." From that day, Liam decided to explore the whole island. Maybe there was another side with people or ships. He made a small map using a stick and the sand. He marked the beach, the forest, the stream, and the rocky hills. Then he began to walk further each day. The island was big. There were strange sounds at night, maybe animals. But Liam was brave. He learned to fish with his knife and to make traps for small animals. He even started talking to a bird that always came near his shelter. He called it Blue because of its bright blue feathers. "Good morning, Blue," he said each day. The bird sang in reply. Liam laughed. "You're my friend now." One afternoon, while walking along the North Shore, he saw footprints, small human footprints, in the sand. His heart started to beat fast. "Someone else is here," he said. "I'm not alone." He followed the footprints carefully. They led into the forest. The trees became thick, and the sound of water filled the air. Then, behind some large ferns, he saw a small hut made of bamboo and leaves. He stepped closer and called, "Hello?" Is anyone here? A quiet voice answered. Who are you? Liam turned. A girl, about his age, stood there. Her hair was long and dark. She looked surprised but not afraid. My name is Liam, he said slowly. I was in a storm. My boat broke. I woke up here. The girl nodded. I am Niva, she said. I live here. Alone, he asked. She smiled a little. Not always. My family was here once. The storm took them. I stayed. Liam felt a deep sadness, the same pain in his heart. But he also felt hope. Maybe together they could survive. Maybe they could find a way home. Chapter 2: The Secret of the Island. Liam and Niva sat near the fire that evening. The sun went down and the sky became orange and purple. The sound of waves came softly from the beach. Liam gave Niva some fish he had cooked. Thank you, she said. It smells good. You're welcome, Liam smiled. I'm happy to share. I haven't talked to anyone in many days. Niva looked at the fire. Me too, she said quietly. It's nice not be alone. They ate together and told stories. Liam talked about his mother and his little sister May. He told Niva about the fishing village, about the blue sea, and about his dream to buy a big boat one day. Niva listened with a small smile. That sounds beautiful, she said. My family came to this island many years ago. We were travelers. One day a storm came, like yours. Our ship broke. We built a home here. My parents tried to go back to the sea, but they never returned. Liam felt sad. I'm sorry, he said. Niva looked up at the stars. It's okay. I think they are in the stars now, watching me. The fire made warm light on their faces. For the first time, Liam felt safe. He wasn't alone anymore. The next morning, Niva showed Liam around the island. There was a waterfall hidden behind a wall of green vines. The water fell into a clear pool, full of fish. This is where I come to swim, she said. It's my favorite place. It's beautiful, Liam said, like a dream. They swam together, laughing. The cold water made them feel alive. Blue, the bird, came flying above them and sang loudly. Blue likes you, Liam said. I like him too, Niva smiled. They spent the whole day exploring. Niva knew many things about the island, which fruits were safe to eat, how to make fire with stones, and how to find rainwater. Liam learned quickly. Together, they became a team. Every evening they sat by the fire. Liam played music with shells and sticks. Niva taught him island songs. Their voices mixed with the sound of waves and wind. One night, when the moon was full, Niva said something strange. There's a place on the other side of the island, she said softly. My parents called it the Cave of Tomorrow. They said it's a place of light, where you can see your future. Liam looked surprised. Your future? Yes, Niva nodded. They told me to go there one day, when I was ready, but I never did. I was afraid. Liam looked at her carefully. Maybe we can go together. Niva smiled slowly. Yes. Together. The next morning, they started their journey. They took some fruits, fish, and coconuts for the trip. Niva walked first. She knew the way through the forest. The path was long and full of tall trees. The air was hot and wet. Birds and monkeys made noises above them. After many hours, they reached a high hill. From the top, they could see the sea in all directions. The island looked bigger than Liam ever imagined. In the distance, dark clouds were growing again. "We must hurry," Niva said. "The cave is near." They climbed down the hill and followed a small river until they saw a big rock wall. At the bottom of the wall was a hole, the entrance to the cave. Liam looked inside. It was dark. "Do you have fire?" he asked. Niva nodded and lit a small torch. The light danced on the walls. They entered the cave slowly. Inside, the air was cool and quiet. Drops of water fell from the roof and made soft sounds. The walls were covered with drawings: people, stars, boats, animals. "These were made by my family," Niva said proudly. They wanted to remember their story. As they walked deeper, the tunnel became wider. Then they reached a big open space. In the middle of the cave was a pool of water that shone like silver. The light came from somewhere inside it, soft and blue. "It's beautiful," Liam whispered. "It's like the sea is glowing." Niva walked closer. "This is the cave of tomorrow," she said. "My parents said that if you look into the water with an honest heart, you will see what you truly want." Liam knelt beside the pool. He looked into it. At first, he only saw his face. Then, slowly, the water started to change. He saw his village, his mother, and May standing on the shore. They were smiling and waving to him. His heart felt full of love. "I see them," he whispered. "I see home." Niva looked too, her eyes filled with tears. "I see a ship," she said. "It's coming for us." Liam looked up. "A ship?" "Yes," she said. "Maybe it's real." Suddenly, a loud sound came from outside. Thunder. The storm had arrived. The ground started to shake. Water fell from the ceiling of the cave. The torch went out. "Quick," Liam said. "We must leave." They ran toward the entrance. Rain was falling hard. The wind was wild again. Trees moved like waves. The island roared with thunder and lightning. They tried to reach their shelter, but the path was blocked by falling branches. "This way," Niva shouted, pointing to the beach. They ran until they reached the open sand. The sea was dark and angry. Lightning flashed across the sky, and in that light, Liam saw something on the horizon. A ship, a real ship. "It's true," Niva cried. "The ship from my vision." Liam waved his arms. "Here, help us." But the wind was too strong. The ship seemed far away. They needed to make a signal. Liam took a piece of dry cloth from his bag and held it over the firewood. He used the last spark from the cave torch to light it. Smoke rose into the sky. "Please see us," he shouted. For a long moment, nothing happened. Then, a light flashed from the ship. Once, twice, a signal. "They see us," Niva said, her eyes shining. The storm still raged, but now they had hope. They held each other, watching the distant ship fight the waves. It was coming closer. When morning came, the sea was calm again. The ship was gone from the horizon. But on the beach, there was something new. A small boat, wooden and strong, with food, blankets, and water inside. On the side, painted in blue letters, were the words, "Tomorrow's Hope." Niva touched the boat gently. "It's from them," she said. "The ship left this for us." Liam smiled. "Then maybe this is our chance." They looked at the calm sea. The sun rose behind them, painting the world gold. "Are you ready?" Liam asked. Niva nodded. "Yes, let's go home." They pushed the boat into the water. Blue flew above them, singing loudly. The wind was soft. The waves carried them forward, toward the endless blue. As the island grew smaller behind them, Liam looked back once more. "Thank you," he whispered, "for everything." Niva looked ahead, smiling. "The world is waiting," she said. And together they sailed toward tomorrow. Chapter 3: The Journey Home. The sea was calm and wide. The small boat moved slowly over blue water. The sun was warm, and a soft wind pushed the sail. Liam and Niva sat together, watching the waves dance. For a long time, they didn't speak. The island was far behind them now, just a small green shadow on the horizon. Blue, the bird, flew in circles above the boat, singing as if to guide them. Niva broke the silence first. "Do you think we'll find land soon?" she asked. Liam looked at the compass he had found in his box. The arrow pointed east. "If I'm right," he said, "we're going toward my village. But I don't know how far it is." Niva smiled gently. "As long as we're moving, we'll find something." "Yes," Liam said. "We just have to believe." They shared some dried fruit and coconut water. The sea stretched forever around them. The sound of the waves was soft and peaceful. For the first time in many days, Liam didn't feel afraid. That night, the stars came out, thousands of them, shining bright like tiny fires. The moon was big and silver, lighting the boat with its gentle glow. Niva leaned back and looked at the sky. "My parents used to tell me stories about the stars," she said. "They said the stars are the eyes of people who love us, watching from far away." Liam smiled. "Then my mother and sister must be watching me right now." Niva nodded. "And my parents, too. Maybe they helped send that ship." They sat together in silence, listening to the sea. Blue rested on the edge of the boat, his feathers shining under the moonlight. Liam looked at Niva. "I'm glad I met you," he said quietly. She turned to him, smiling. "Me too. We wouldn't have survived alone." He nodded. "No, we wouldn't." The next day, the wind grew stronger. The waves became bigger. Clouds began to cover the sun. Liam held the rope tight, while Niva tried to keep the sail steady. "Don't worry," Liam shouted. "We've faced worse." Rain started to fall, not as strong as the first storm, but still heavy. The boat went up and down with the waves. Niva closed her eyes, praying softly. After some hours, the storm began to calm. The wind slowed. The sky opened again, and sunlight came through the clouds. Liam sighed with relief. "We made it," he said. Niva laughed. "Another storm behind us." They both smiled. But then in the distance, Liam saw something. A dark shape on the horizon. "Look," he said, pointing. "Land." Niva turned. Her eyes grew wide. "It's real." "Yes," Liam shouted. "Land." They rowed hard, their hearts full of hope. The closer they came, the clearer it became. Trees, beaches, smoke from chimneys. It was a village. As they reached the shore, people ran to the beach. A group of fishermen pulled the boat in. Liam stood up, his legs shaking. Then he heard a voice, soft, full of tears. "Liam!" He turned and saw his mother running toward him, May behind her. Their faces were wet with tears and joy. Liam ran and hugged them tight. "Mother, May, you're safe." His mother cried and laughed at the same time. "We thought you were gone. We prayed every day." "I'm home," Liam said, holding her. "I promised I would come back." Niva watched from the boat, smiling. She was happy for him, but she also felt a small sadness inside. Her home was gone, lost to the sea. Liam saw her and called out, "Come, Niva, meet my family." Niva stepped off the boat shyly. Liam's mother smiled at her. "You helped my son," she said. "Thank you." Niva bowed her head. "He helped me too," she said softly. May walked up to her and held out a small shell. "This is for you," she said. "It's lucky." Niva took it and smiled. "Thank you, little one." Days passed. Liam's story spread through the village. How he survived the storm, how he found the island, and how he met Niva. People brought food and clothes for her. They made her feel welcome. Liam helped his mother repair their home and returned to fishing. But every evening, he and Niva walked to the beach to watch the sunset. It became their quiet time, just the two of them, the waves and blue flying above. One evening, Niva said, "I still dream of the island sometimes. It was lonely, but it also saved us." Liam nodded. "It taught us to be strong, to hope." She looked at the sea. "Do you ever want to go back?" He thought for a moment. Maybe one day. Not to live, but to remember. Niva smiled. "Yes." To remember. Months later, life became peaceful again. Liam built a bigger boat with the help of other fishermen. On its side, he painted the same words he saw on the small rescue boat. "Tomorrow's hope." He told Niva, "This boat will take us to new places, safe ones." Niva ran her fingers over the letters. "It's a good name," she said. "It means we never stop hoping." They began to take small trips along the coast, bringing food and supplies to other villages. People called them the brave sailors. Children loved Blue, who always flew beside their boat, singing. One quiet evening, as the sun set in gold and pink, Niva and Liam sat by the shore again. The sea was calm, and the sound of waves was soft like a song. "Do you ever wonder why we found each other?" Niva asked. Liam smiled. "Maybe it wasn't luck. Maybe it was meant to be." She nodded. "Maybe the island wanted us to meet." "The island of tomorrow," Liam said softly. Niva laughed. "Yes, because it gave us a tomorrow." They sat together, watching the sky turn orange and purple, then full of stars. Blue landed near them and began to sing. The world felt quiet and kind. The next morning, Liam and Niva prepared to sail again, this time to explore a new island nearby. The villagers came to the beach to say goodbye. Liam's mother hugged him tightly. "Be safe," she said. "Come back soon." "I will," he promised. May handed him a small shell necklace. "For luck," she said. Liam smiled, just like before. They climbed onto Tomorrow's Hope, and Blue flew to the top of the sail. The wind was perfect. The sea was waiting. As the boat moved away from the shore, Niva looked back one last time. The village was small in the distance, full of people waving and smiling. She turned to Liam. "Where do we go now?" she asked. He looked at the compass and smiled. "Anywhere the wind takes us." Niva laughed softly. "Then let's follow it together." They sailed forward into the bright morning light. The sky was endless, the sea full of promise. And somewhere far behind them, the island of tomorrow stood quietly, green, beautiful, and full of memories.